enterprise device management company Jamf just reported quarterly results with a revenue beat and guidance beat, but earnings that were just in line with Wall Street expectations. Now, after a big move over the last quarter, the stock is selling off in the wake of the results. Joining me now to talk about Jamf's path forward is CEO Dean Hager. Thanks for joining me today, Dean.
Thanks for having me.
So it looks like the street had high expectations for the quarter. What are your thoughts on the just announced results?
We posted 47% ARR growth year over year, 24% trailing 12 months unlevered free cash flow. There are very few companies that are putting up that combination of results right now. And we've been public now 6 quarters, and we've beat on the revenue side every single quarter that we've been public. So we're very proud of the results.
Yeah, so a young public company, and our research shows that, especially for newer IPOs, as you mentioned, that top line growth is something that is very much a focus for investors. Now, Apple is entering Jamf's turf. So partners turn to competition here. Is this a sort of a frenemy situation now? How do you see the competitive landscape as it stands now?
Our mission is to help organizations succeed with Apple. So we never see Apple as a competitor. Our Apple Enterprise Management System is designed specifically to fill the gap between what Apple builds and the enterprise requires. So the solutions that Apple has long offered are always complementary, and Jamf's solutions are complementary to Apple's. There are times where we offer similar functionality in a very narrow sliver of our products. But even there, if a customer wants to use the sliver of product that's on the Apple side, our mission is to help organizations succeed with Apple. We'll help them. There's always additional value that we can provide.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that. Where there is overlap, what is that value add that Jamf provides?
One of the things that we do is we define Apple Enterprise Management as managing the ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem, connecting Apple users, and protecting the devices and the data. All of our connection and protection solutions are completely value add onto Apple. And our management solutions are not simply following the MDM framework, but actually delivering a superset of functionality that manages the entire ecosystem. Nearly all of that is value added on top of what Apple provides.
So let's take a step back and talk about the market opportunity out here. Do you feel like you're just scratching the surface? I mean, you're already boasting some pretty big name clients. So how big exactly is that addressable market out there that still is yet to be had?
Yeah, I joined Jamf back in 2015, and I thought it was just amazing that we had 5,000 customers. I never would have imagined that just over 6 years later, we'd be at 57,000 customers running 25 million Apple devices. And yes, I think we're just scratching the surface. The consumerization of IT has always driven Apple into the work environment, and nothing has accelerated the consumerization of IT more than sending everybody home to work for about 1.5 years. That has just accelerated this notion of people have great home technology and they want to use it for work. So more and more organizations are saying, hey, you can choose to use the technology of your choice. And as you know, most often that's going to be Apple, and that's great for Jamf.
So at the enterprise level, what is that discussion like with clients or potential clients who are maybe looking to switch? Is that part of the process, from PC to Apple? Is that part of the process that you're involved in? What would you say are some of those benefits of maybe making the switch from an enterprise level?
Yeah, one of the great things about being in this ecosystem is we don't actually have to push any one platform over another. We simply encourage IT organizations and HR organizations to allow their employees to choose, because obviously people are going to be productive on what they choose and what they're familiar with and what they love. It just so happens that more often than not, that is going to be a Mac, it's going to be an iPad, it's going to be an iPhone. But with that said, anybody who wants to use Windows, we say, go right ahead. And there are excellent security and management systems for that. But nobody does Apple better than Jamf. We create the efficiency for IT, the security for the InfoSec team, and the user experience for that end user to make them more productive. And that's really what Apple's all about and what Jamf is all about.
And looking ahead, what would you say is the biggest key to success with growing the company at a continued quick clip moving forward?
Yeah, as we look forward, take the Mac, for instance, with what Apple has come out with the M1 chip, the Mac popularity is higher than it's ever been in its history. And we've got to be ready for that growth because nobody does Mac like Jamf does. And maybe the hardest leadership challenge is just continuing to grow at the pace that we are and maintaining that awesome culture that has put Jamf on so many best places to work lists. Again, we want to put our customers first. There's nothing that we do where we don't ask ourselves, what's in it for the customer? And to hire so many people and bring them into our culture and have, our values be their values, that's always a challenge. But over the last 12 months, in the heart of this environment where, they call it the great resignation right now, in the last 12 months, Jamf's employee retention is 93% in this environment. So we believe happy employees serve customers better. So that's our quest.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Really appreciate you having me, Alyssa. Thank you very much.
And for more executive interviews, make sure you check out investors.com/investing strategies. For Investors Business Daily, I'm Alyssa Corum. Hi there. Thanks so much for watching Investing Strategies on our YouTube channel. If you want more executive interviews and analysis of key trends to watch, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date.